people ask me, how wealthy do you want to be in business?
Yeah.
There's no number. I just want to be happy with my journey. Am I going to be worth billion or 10 or 5? I don't fucking know. I just, I got no competition to compete with the number. But boy, do I have a competition to bring best out of me every day I do. We just are like fucking race horses. Just blinkers. We're just looking straight ahead. And we just run. We just sprint. We run. We don't have, time to breathe and say, you know what? Let's just relax a little bit. So everything that I was earning, I was just helping families so we can get on our feet, so we can buy furniture and we can buy food and we can buy clothes, because we had absolutely nothing. Whatever business you think you might love and you want to start. You don't have much money, well, start fucking small. Hustle, grind till you build it bigger. You fail, fucking start again. You learn something first time, so you can do it better second time. So what?
Together we have clarity, direction, and success way beyond what we ever previously thought possible. Here's your host, Frankie Lee.
Welcome back to the Frankie Lee podcast. Today, guys, it's a guest that you asked for, and that, again, I've delivered on this, right? This man has, his business has sold over $1 billion worth of real estate in Australia. His development company is on track to do over 100 million in developments. There's so much more to this introduction than I can even put into words. He's a top 5 agent in Australia as well. Emil Juresic, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks, man. You make me sound good.
Bro,
that's funny.
I'm just hyped to have you here, mate. I'm hyped to have you here. Like, thank you so much for taking the time out to do this.
I'll send you the bill later.
He's already told me he's hitting me with an invoice. Like,
there you go. So, I charge like lawyers. Every time you call a lawyer, and day later you get an invoice for 3 minutes conversation.
Yeah,
so
it just so happens.
So keep this short.
And it just so happens you've got a law firm as well, so there's no doubt I'm getting billed. I think the best place for us to start with you, obviously, look, there's many businesses we're going to talk about throughout this podcast. There's many things you're developing. There's so much things you're selling, but I want people to really understand the whole journey of Emil, like from coming from Croatia, because I don't think a lot of people will fully understand that you came here as a refugee.
Yes, when I was 16 years old. Absolutely nothing. Came here with my mom, dad, and my brother. So 4 of us came here literally with zero money. And when we came here, we came to a suburb called Marsden, which is a place in Brisbane.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It didn't have a good reputation a long time ago. And we moved into House Commission. And and House Commission was about 80 square meters. That was the size of the house that we moved into. We couldn't speak any English. And the whole journey really started from there.
Give me a bit of an understanding, like what it's like, because at 16 years old, you obviously know what's going on in life. So what's it like moving from was it a war? Was it properly?
Yes,
water?
I grew up in a war. I spent 4 years basically without electricity, without clean water. And a lot of family members, didn't survive in a war, and coming to beautiful country like Australia, as much as we were poor when we came here, as much as we couldn't speak English, we were just happy because we were in a safe place. So that to us was great start. So we're a safe place, we can't get killed, there's no bombs flying, so let's build a future from there. And look, I wouldn't change my past prior to 16 years, because coming to Australia, I had a hungry stomach and life that I wanted to build. And I had nothing to lose, because everything that we have already lost. So when you're starting from the bottom, there's fucking whole future to look after.
I was trying to explain this to an Australian that asked me the other day. It's like, they said to me about, "Oh, Frankie, how did you end up here?" And I was saying to them, like, I came here with a bag of clothes and $6,000, right, Emil? And when you come here with fuck all, the only way is to go north. You can't really you can't really go minus fuck all. Like, do you know what I mean? So like to come here from a war-torn, literally like it's a physical war-torn country,
literally,
and then come here. What at 16? From what I know about Croatian families here that I've met here, like the children, like obviously you're still classed as a child then at 16. They go out working, don't they, as well?
Straight away.
What was your first job in Australia?
Construction. Well, to be honest, when I was 16 years old, I went to grade 10, 11, and 12 in Australia. So I went to school during the day, and at night time I would be, cleaning public toilets so I can earn extra money. I would be delivering flyers. On Saturday and Sunday I would be working on construction so I can help my dad buy, a family first car, which was Mitsubishi Colt, and we bought it I think for $5,000 or $5,500. So everything that I was earning, I was just helping families so we can get on our feet, so we can buy furniture and we can buy food and we can buy clothes, because we had absolutely nothing. And then I barely finished grade 12. I was always entrepreneurial since I was, 4 years old. And I knew that I never wanted to work for somebody. I wanted to be in control of my own future. Even I knew that could be dangerous because obviously when you don't have somebody that can pass you business knowledge, there's a good chance that you're going to end up having a lot of hiccups on your journey because you don't have anybody that can pull you back up and saying, don't do this or don't do that, because they made those mistakes. I had to climb.
It's
myself.
Like climbing blind, isn't it?
Look, absolutely. But you got nothing to lose. I mean, anybody that's 16 years old or 18 years old that want to start with anything, what do you got to lose? You have one life. You're going to die one day. Maybe when you're 25, maybe when you're 45, maybe when you're 70. And time will go fast. I mean, look at your glass. How old are you?
33 years old.
I'm 42.
Right.
So half of my cup is gone.
I love this. Yeah,
that's my life. Half of it gone.
Yeah.
Only got half left.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be in control of my life in every aspect and not waste it. And I'm gonna give all of me. Because before we know it, your cup, by the end of this interview, you're gonna end up finishing the drink and your cup is gone, just like your fucking life.
Yeah, it's powerful, isn't it, when you think about it like that?
Seriously.
It's like
you gotta breathe, man. You gotta breathe. You can't be wrapped in a fucking you can't be wrapped in a circle, where time takes control over your life.
Yeah.
Because today's day will be gone very fast.
What are the things that you notice that in other people around you that where they get too trapped up within? Is it women? Is it drugs? Is it trying to buy too many nice things too early? What are the key things that you see people get too wrapped up in?
Look, first of all, us humans are as stupid as we can be. Most of us. Think about this. God gave us one life. One life. And what we don't realize is fucking short. We are on this planet just tourists. We're here for 70, 80, 90 years if you're lucky. And that's going to go fast. I'm 42 years old now. I got a feeling, man, yesterday I was 18, now I'm 42. It went so fast. Now, us humans are so stupid that we don't realize, really, most of us don't realize, hey, idiot, you only have one fucking life. Wake the fuck up. But us humans, no. A lot of humans are smoking.
Yeah.
So, God gave you one life, or whoever gave us one life, let's fuck it up. People use drugs to destroy themselves, which is not healthy. People use alcohol, which is not healthy. People stress, which is not healthy. We do all this shit to cut our life short. Stress can kill you. Alcohol can kill you. Drugs can kill you. Fucking anything. We don't have that balance in our head to say, you know what? I have one life. And we don't have the time to speak to ourselves and say, you know what? I have one life. I'm going to live it on my terms. I'm not going to have a job that I hate. If I don't like it, quit, do something else. But we have, we are wrapped in this fucked up mentality that we don't give a fuck about our own life.
Yeah. So
sorry for swearing on your podcast.
No.
People don't care about their own life, man, because your biggest investment is your life. So live healthy, don't eat shit, don't use drugs, don't smoke. Even I have a cigarette every now and then.
Do you think because it is so simple? Like I've never drank, I've never smoked, and I've never took drugs, right? So I've never done all three of them. And to me, and the way that I was brought up, and the way that things were instilled in me, it kind of made, because my dad said to me, like, straight down the line, look, Frankie, you can have alcohol if you want alcohol, but if you by a certain age, but if you don't ask me, me and you are gonna have a problem. And because I was able to have wine from since like 4 or 5 years old on the table and stuff like that, and it was there if I ever wanted it, just had to ask for it, and it was all controlled. Because of that, I never wanted it. It's never something I wanted, right? But don't you think because it's so simple that people just get it completely fucked up?
Oh, everything is accessible to us. Two of us can go within 1 minute buy 10 cartons of beer and go blind.
Yeah.
Everything is up to us, the choices we're going to make. And, what I just said before, as humans, we really don't realize we only have one life. If it was really clear in our heads that we're going to die one day, and that could be fucking tomorrow, the bullet that's going to kill you has already been fired. We don't know when we're going to die.
Yeah.
So if people can really realize that, then they would do things differently. Because most people when they are 80 years old, they say, fuck, I wish I'd have done that. I wish I didn't do this job for 40 years. I wish I changed this. I wish I changed that. You don't want to be that person that is wishing anything when you age 80. So do something about it now. So whatever is left in your life journey, you live it on your terms and you keep smiling. Because at the end of the day, that's what true success is, being fucking happy. And don't chase money.
So, at what age were you when this kind of all hit you? Because this can't have just hit you at 16 years old. This is something obviously that hit you a little bit later down the track.
Correct. So look, even when I was 10 years old, I always knew that I was bored. I was sent on this planet to make difference, and I believe that since I was very young, that I wanted to make difference in this world. I wanted to make it a better place, but I think all that you get, more you realize, shit, I am only living one life. So I think maybe, in my early 30s, I started waking up. Maybe even till a few years ago, I really woke up to reality, and I decided that I want to smell the roses and do things differently. What I mean by that, when it hit me a few years ago, because I'm a fucking person that is just go hard, just fucking go hard. What I called a heart attack race to success. Just go hard. Now, I just keep things simple. You asked me, let's do podcasts. I said, okay, when? Friday, done, see you there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's just... We all overcomplicate things, and now I just keep things simple, minimize it, do things that are in my control. What's not in my control, I understand it. Don't beat myself up. Don't stress. What's the point?
So what you took away there is you've took away the self-judgment.
Oh, it's not. It's sometimes I feel like in life we just are like fucking race horses, just blinkers, we're just looking straight ahead, and we just run, we just sprint, we run. We don't have time to breathe and say, you know what, let's just relax a little bit. Not relax where you don't go hard with whatever you're doing, but just take a breath and not force yourself to live.
I agree with you. There's been many times in life where I've tried to force things to happen, and the reason,
what was the point?
And the reason why things didn't happen for me, and the reason why my life felt like an uphill battle at these times, is because I'm trying to force things that aren't natural to me. Like there's certain things that you've lent into that are working for you, and there's certain things that I'm leaning into now that are working for me, and we're getting exponential growth in those areas. And the reason is because we're meant to do those things. There's certain things that people lean into.
Oh, absolutely.
That they just lean into because society's narrative tells them that that's what they should do, rather than it's what they should do.
Well, most people are living their lives for everybody else but themselves.
Yeah.
Think about Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
People on Instagram want to show people what they want to fucking see. You know, people almost care more what other people think of themselves than what they think of themselves.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
With me,
100%.
I don't give a flying fuck what everybody thinks about me. I'm going to be true to myself, and I want to care about what I feel about me, not what 10 other people are going to say or think or whatever. That's their problem.
Yeah. I mean, before this podcast, we were sat down and we were talking about, I noticed, I said to you on Instagram, I'd noticed you'd gone and bought a Lambo the other day.
Yes.
And I said to you, you gone and bought a Lambo the other day. That's cool. Like, you know, he went, nah, I bought 2. I went, what? He goes, I bought 2 Lambos. And he goes, but do you know the one thing that people don't realise, Frankie? And I went, what's that? He goes, but I bought $16.2 million worth of real estate this last 12 months as well. So he said, so I was like, okay, now I get it.
That's the thing. Look, you know, people judge you based on what car you buy. I know so many young business people, they make $500,000, and first $500,000 they have, they buy a Lamborghini or Ferrari.
Yeah. Dumb fucking move.
But they do it because they care about the image, what people gonna think about them, and they think that everybody else gonna think they're successful because they have a $500,000 Lamborghini and don't have anything else. You know, yeah, fuck all. I bought a Lamborghini. Who gives a shit? I spent over $16 million buying real estate in the last 10 months. I settled $16.4 million exactly. Now that's a lot of real estate. Now, that's a lot of fucking Lambos. But people will, oh my God, Emil, you bought a Lamborghini. You know, you successful. It's like, no. You know, success. What is success?
Success is different for every human.
Fucking oath it is. I am the most successful person in the world. I'm the richest man in the world because I'm happy as fuck. I am happy, man. I'm happy. I live life on my terms. I run business that I love. I own my own office. When I walk into it, I have amazing people that I want to see every day. I have a dickhead-free policy in my life. If you're dickhead, you can fuck off from my life in every aspect. And that's it, man. I'm happy. So I am super successful.
Yeah.
So I don't, you know, you can't judge somebody because they're worth $1 million or $100 million or $200,000. And that goes back to that discussion that we just said before, that a lot of people live life for others. They want other people to you know, see them drive Lamborghini and this and that, you know, and you know, they want other people to think they're successful. Even Lamborghini is the only fucking thing they have. You know, they're probably renting somewhere. Who gives a fuck? You just be happy. Do whatever you want to do on your terms. And if it makes you happy to drive a Toyota Corolla, which was my first car, bought it for $6,000. If it makes you happy to drive that for the rest of your life, fucking do it. Don't do anything I do.
Yeah.
But if people want to be successful, is it nice to have Lamborghinis or Ferrari? Fuck, I love it. I love smashing the fuck out of my Ferrari on a racetrack. Feeling you get out of it. Great. Amazing. But, you know, you do what makes you happy, you know. And I do love telling people for different reasons, you know. A lot of kids these days, you know, they get excited when they see somebody drive a Ferrari or Lamborghini. And I post it on my social media, not so I can brag about it because, you know, I'm okay in my life now. I did because I want to show these young kids it's fucking possible.
Yeah.
I was 16 years old. Refugee. Started with nothing. I did not have parents to give me $100,000 or $1 million. And these days, there's a lot of business people that are second generation into money, which is so much fucking easier to start. I want to show all the poor fuckers out there that are hustling, that are getting paid fuck all on their first job, that can barely save any money. I want to show them it's fucking possible because I have done it. I went and I started climbing the wall and I failed many times. I kept getting back up again. And now, yeah, I did go and spend $1.2 million on a single fucking car. And I do live in an amazing fucking home. I have properties all over fucking place. I have a great business. Phenomenal. Feels great. But the journey is what felt better.
Yeah. The fulfillment from what
a lot
you're
of
doing.
people, you know, and that's one thing that, you know, if I show stuff on social media, I want to show all these young kids it's fucking possible to get there. If that is what you want. It's possible. It's fucking possible. But what a lot of these kids don't realize, they are dreaming one day, oh, I can't wait till I have a Lamborghini or Ferrari. I cannot wait till I have that one day. I cannot wait. And they live for that moment so one day they can drive it. But what they forget to focus on the journey between them driving a fucking bicycle or riding a bicycle, not having any money, and one day being able to afford, luxury homes or supercars or whatever the fuck they want to buy. They forget to enjoy the journey. Enjoy the hustle, man. Enjoy the hustle of the building. Enjoy the hustle of having one job and then getting a second job and getting the third job and saving a little bit more because you're working fucking 18 hours a week, 3 jobs. Enjoy the hustle of starting a first business from the money that you just saved, having 3 fucking jobs. Enjoy the hustle of doing your first fucking sale in your business that you have. Enjoy that fucking hustle. Enjoy the hustle. And then enjoy the hustle. Enjoy making a first $100,000 in a business. Enjoy it. Fuck. Next year, you lost it all because you used that money to put it to something else and you fucked it up. Even enjoy recovery and building something else. Enjoy the journey, man. Because what the fuck is the point being 20 years old dreaming of all this shit and next thing is you're 42 and you have all of these things and you don't know where your 20 years went.
Yeah. So what do you think then? Obviously, a lot of people that listen to this podcast want to change their fucking life. Want that the motto of the podcast is break patterns, flip perspectives, whatever that is to you, and attain whatever success is to you. Right. A lot of the people that listen want to obviously do that in their business, want to generate more money, more revenue. There's obviously we're talking about you now, where you've gone from Refugee to selling $1.2 billion worth of real estate a year, and we're going to talk about the other businesses as well. But what do you think is the key thing that people need to get in position first? Because I remember reading Warren Buffett and all that stuff, and he says once you've got your first 100 grand. Once you've got your first 100 grand, you can not take your foot off the gas, but you can kind of start to make a little bit more educated moves. But until you get that first 100 grand in the bank cash, you got to just hustle to put it away. What's kind of your first move from your point of view?
Look, 100 grand in a big picture is not a lot of money. It sounds like a lot of money when somebody doesn't have $100,000. But I think the biggest thing that young generation need to get before they get 100,000 is a work ethic.
Yeah, I like that.
Fuck 100 grand. Kids these days, no offense to anybody that's listening to this, they want to have everything today. I was speaking to one of my employees the other day. He said, I've worked so fucking hard for the last 4 months. I need now a month holiday. I said, you crazy motherfucker. I've been working for 4 years like a donkey and I'm still fucking hungry and motivated. People need, is anybody, a lot of kids that are 18 years old, they text me, what advice do you have to give me for me to be successful? Well, first of all, I say when you're 16, 17 or 18 and you don't want to go to school, for whatever reason, and you want to create your own journey, it's not a bad thing actually finding a job and working your ass off. Try to work 7 days a week, 10 hours every day. Try to do that for 2 years and if you can last. If you do, well, you have fucking learned the discipline of hard work.
Yeah,
which is very, very, very phenomenal. My right-hand man in my business, Nan, he spent 6-7 years in army, and then he's been with me now for over 4 years. He's as good as you can get. Why? Because he's got discipline. Yeah. You have to wake up every morning 5 o'clock, eat at this time, go to bed at that time, run every day. So discipline and structure. So anybody that's 18 years old, if they want to get a job, don't see it as your final destination and be wrapped in the circle of work for somebody all your life, but just get used to fucking hard work, man. Simple as that. If you want to start your own business age 18, well, work 7 days a week till something comes out of it. So first thing that I always say that young kids these days, they just need to learn the fucking art of work ethic. Once they master that, everything else will be fucking irrelevant. The next thing they need to, which is fucking massive thing that is stopping many people to go so far. We're all talented, man. You are talent in something. I'm talented in something. Definitely not fucking talent in golf. I really suck there. But we're all talented in something, right?
Yeah.
And, it's easy to discover what that is. But the biggest problem is, second thing I would recommend to anybody that's 20 years old, get rid of fear, man. Grab that fear from your chest and just throw it out of your fucking balcony if you live on whatever floor you're on, 40, 39.
39.
Just get rid of the fucking fear.
Yeah.
What's stopping you to conquer the world today? Oh, I can't do it. I'm scared. I might lose. I might get hurt. I might. Who gives a fuck? You lose. Start up again. You fail. I failed. So what?
One of the most important things I want to add to what you just said is that when you listen to Emil say that about, all that good information there that you've just put out, the most important thing is some people will have this excuse mentality where they'll say, but I'm in the wrong location. Move fucking location. The biggest thing that you can do
What's
in your
stopping
life, you? Me and you are both products of changing our environment massively. We've changed fucking countries. Because you wouldn't have had this success in Croatia. You might have had the right mindset, but if you weren't equipped with the right tools and the right opportunities, you perhaps wouldn't have had the...
And you know what? Interesting thing you said there. There are opportunities everywhere, man. Every day I talk to people, and people are full of excuses.
Yeah.
I didn't do well this month. I said, fuck excuses. Tell me another excuse. There are people that create something out of nothing. Now, maybe if I stayed in Croatia, would I be where I am today? Maybe I would be fucking further. Who knows?
Yeah,
who knows?
You're right.
Think about this.
Right.
Think about this. Croatia's got just over 4 million people.
Yeah.
Country is only 30 years old. Corrupted as fuck. Used to be corrupted and probably now a little bit less corrupted, but 30 years old country, 30 years old nation in middle of Europe. Now, there is a car manufacturer called Rimac. Google him. Mate Rimac. Mate Rimac.
I hope you know him so I can get him on the podcast.
It'll be harder to get him on podcast than me. He created this car. He started the car 10 years ago. He started an electric car, like Tesla. So 10 years ago, he liked racing, and he wanted to make his shitty fucking $200 BMW fast.
Yep.
So what he did, the guy was really innovative and created this electric motor that he put in this shitty BMW, and he started winning all these races, right? And then, he decided to build his own electric car. And he did 8-9 years ago. He got some investors, who put money in, and he created this car, and car started getting traction. Just to fast forward, 10 years later, his company is worth about $20 billion in Croatia. The funny thing is right now, Lamborghini, Porsche, any VW cars, Hyundai, all of the new electric cars that are coming all over the world are using his technology.
Yeah.
To the point, if you Google Rimac is also a new CEO. He just bought a Bugatti. He bought a Bugatti. His company owns half of fucking Bugatti now. He's 33 years old from a war-torn country. Average fucking wage is $600-700 a month. Guy is worth probably 10 billion euros himself. His company is going to go public this year. And when he fucking does, I'm putting money into it. But the point is, he had chance to have excuses in life and say, fuck, it's hard where I'm from. Guy said, fuck it. What stops me? Everything is on your phone. You have access to buy shit in America, China, and everywhere else within 2 seconds. And you can sell it wherever the fuck you are, right?
Yeah.
So he said, and he created now the fastest car in the world. So if you Google Rimac, he's got the fastest car in the world right now. So he's got his own supercars. They cost about $2.5 million or $3 million US. And he only produces about 150 a year. But that's just small business. The bigger business is he makes electric motors. So Porsche bought shares in his company 3 years ago. Hyundai bought shares in his company 3 years ago. And now his company purchased a Bugatti, and he's also a new CEO of Bugatti. So
what a story from a war-torn country. So
is it possible?
Yeah, 100% it's possible.
Anybody that is sitting in their shithole, in their fucking shittiest rental fucking house in middle of fucking Woodridge, which is rougher suburb in Brisbane. No offense there. It's just a little bit tougher there, I guess. Is it possible? It's fucking possible.
Yeah.
Get out there, learn some fucking basic hard work, which will give you fucking good discipline to go further in life. And whatever business you think you might love and you want to start. You don't have much money, well, start fucking small. Hustle, grind till you build it bigger. You fail, fucking start again. You learn something first time, so you can do it better second time. So what?
What was your best failure that's given you the biggest learnings in life?
Best failure. I lost everything at age 30. I came to Australia when I was 16 and worked so fucking hard from age 16 to age 30. And I was financially burned by other people badly that I lost everything at age 30. That was 12 years ago. Everything.
Put it into context what everything was to you then.
A lot more money than most people will ever learn. Put it this way. When I was 23 years old, I lived in a fucking massive penthouse. When I was 25 years old, I had every car I can imagine. So I had a lot. It's in millions.
Are we talking 8 figures?
Yes, we're talking 8 figures. I lost a lot. And what I have learned, when I lost everything that I built over 12 years, from age 18 to age 30, so I didn't build business overnight and then lost it the next day. So I lost it over hard fucking work in 12 years, and that was losing it in property development and construction. Biggest thing that I learned when I lost everything, that I'm responsible for fucking everything.
I love, fucking.
When I lost everything at age 30, everything.
Yeah.
When I lost everything at age 30, I used to blame everybody. This guy fucked me for money.
100%.
He screwed me. That person screwed me. The day that I realized everything that happened to me is my fault is the day that I started moving forward.
Fucking hell. So powerful.
And I looked at myself in a mirror, because a lot of time when we look at ourselves in a mirror, we see everything else but the fucking shit that we're looking at it, which is us, right? And with me, I used to blame everybody. If somebody fucked me, it's my fault. I let them fuck me, right?
Yep.
If you screw me, is it my fault or your fault? It's my fault.
100%.
You were more capable than me. I wasn't capable enough to stop you, right? So the day that I realized everything, it's my fault. I'm responsible for my own actions. It frees you. Then you fucking start conquering the world.
100%. I fully fucking resonate with you for the sheer reason the day that changed my life was the day that I took ownership of everything in my life and everything that happened to me, both the positives, the negatives, and everything in between. Because as soon as you fucking take responsibility for yourself, you can be free. And that's what most people are doing. Everyone's like you say, blaming other people, blaming situations, blaming where they live, blaming other situations and all that stuff. And you can't do that.
You are responsible for your life, buddy. You make success, you did it, you fuck it up, look at yourself in the mirror, own it, get up, and keep going again. And never give up. By the way, my company is called NGU, and stands for Never Give Up.
Yeah, I saw that on the website,
But look, life is fucking simple, man. We all overcomplicate things. Fuck. It's simple. You want to do something? Do it. You want to be successful? What's stopping you? You want to be worth $100 million? What's stopping you? What the fuck is stopping you? I don't have rich parents. Who gives a fuck? I didn't have them either. I don't have education. Great, me either. What else? We can give ourselves 100 excuses. You can give yourself 100 excuses why your podcast can't be number one in the world.
Yeah, I could do, but I wouldn't ever do that.
Do you know what I mean? So people live in excuses. Everything is possible. We just gotta get out there and fucking do it.
The reason why this podcast will fucking be massively successful in this country and others all around the world, and the reason why it's growing at the rate it's growing, is because I fucking love it. And I love every rep that I do. So this conversation that I'm fully present in with you now, I love this conversation, and I love every conversation, because every conversation is authentic to me. Like, I wouldn't have anyone on the podcast that I didn't think, one, could add a massive amount of value to other people's lives, and two, that I fucking want to have a conversation with. And when you live and lean into that authenticity of what you want for you, because you want to have the conversation, other people will fucking get it, won't they?
Look, to be honest, I can tell you why your podcast will be fucking huge, and it's getting there. You are you. You don't pretend to be somebody else. Other day, I'm watching your Instagram. You're avenging somebody invited you to a fucking opening of a hair fucking salon. I was like, what the fuck? Guy doesn't have a fucking 2 hairs on his head. And what are you gonna do, man? Put a wig on? You know what I mean? Yeah. You're you, man, and you take life seriously, but you don't because you live it on your fucking terms. And that's why it would do well, because you are you.
Yeah.
And you're fucking 100% authentic. You're different. You're not like me. I'm not like you. We're not like somebody else. And it's simple, man. It's just gotta be yourself. Just get out there.
I appreciate that, because some people in business that are doing better than me in terms of like monetary value or whatever, however you wanted to define better. But some people are like, Frankie, you can't really post it on Instagram. I'm like, bruv, this is me. I say the word bruv. I speak like this. You've got an accent. Do you know what I mean? Like,
so what? Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, so exactly. Who gives a fuck? Like you swear, I swear. Well, you've sworn, and you've done fucking billions of dollars. So it's showing me that I can swear, right?
Look, the thing is, with me, I will not live my life for others in a way that okay, I'm not gonna say fuck because somebody's gonna judge me.
Exactly.
Judge me, your problem.
Yeah, because all judgments that you place on people is a reflection of how you feel internally.
100%. 100%. Look, I'll tell you something that you just said before. In business, sometimes we all need a break.
Yeah.
And some people, like guy who started fucking KFC, if somebody was judging him, how well he's doing when he was 45, they would think, this guy hasn't done well.
Yeah.
He became billionaire when he was fucking 70.
Yeah. Yeah.
We all waiting for a fucking break. And that break could be around the corner for anybody that is doing anything. I mean, you can start manufacturing fucking, little special screws, and you're only doing $500 a month and making $20 a month, which is can't even pay for the sandwich that you need to eat every day. And all it takes for somebody to discover that your screw is so special, and they give you an order of 10 million of them, and you're fucking flying.
Yeah.
But you got to get yourself out there so people can actually see.
This is what happens. Like, you see it all the time with podcasts that last the test of time. There will be a pivotal point where Joe Rogan's podcast popped. There will be a pivotal
100%.
point. There will be a pivotal point where Tim Ferriss popped.
100%.
There will be a pivotal point where this will do millions of downloads in what someone on the outside seems as a short amount of time. What they don't understand is the amount of reps that go in. And as long as Rogan,
what people don't realize, he's probably done million different podcasts with 2 views on it before something clicked. People only see, like, people when they look at me, they see, oh my God, look at this nice home that he's living in. Look at the nice car that he drives. What they don't realize, how much shit I was eating over the last 20 fucking years.
Yeah.
They don't realize that I used to fucking sleep in the office. They don't realize that office was my home. I had a fucking beanbag in my office for a very long time. That was my home. People don't fucking realize that. People don't realize that when I was 20, fucking roof tile hit me on the head and I had 40 fucking stitches, almost died. I was in a coma. People don't realize all the fucking hard work you've been through. People don't realize how many times you failed and got up. People don't realize how hard it is to be starting business and not being able to fucking, pay yourself, because you got to pay the rent, you got to pay the staff, and maybe there's $2 left for you. And people don't realize how hard it is to make mistakes and get up. People just, the journey, that's the fucking hustle. People don't realize all that.
Yeah.
So Josh Rogan and anybody that does podcasts, people just think, oh my God, look at him. He's number one in the world. He wasn't born as a number fucking one. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
He started a podcast that he did it with a mate of his called George, who lives a fucking house, 3 houses away from him, and his first podcast probably had 6 views, which was probably 6 of his cousins that fucking listened to it, and that's how it started.
Yeah, and everyone, like I started. I think my first podcast at the time did about fucking 10 downloads at the time. You know what I mean?
Let's see if you can break some records with this one.
Yeah, but do you know what I'm saying? Like everyone has to start somewhere. I suppose and I think what you've said there is so powerful for people to really lean into. Like, you've got to fucking really lean into exactly what Emil said there, because it's so powerful. The fact that there's nothing physically stopping you from doing anything that you want to do. It's only the limiting beliefs in your head. But in regards to you, when you started to, before obviously we'll talk, we've obviously discussed that you'd collapsed at 30 and had to start again.
Yes.
But in order to get your trajectory into making all that money before you were 30, what was the business? Obviously, was it real estate that really captivated you?
I started I started in construction. So when I was 18, I finished grade 12. So between age 16 and 18, I was just doing jobs after work so I can help my mom and dad and my brother. Age 18, mom and dad, they were telling me, son, you need to go to school so you can get a good education. And I was like, fuck, I never liked school because I was always entrepreneurial, and I knew that I don't want to be like my dad, even I have the most amazing dad, but my dad, all his life, he had a boss.
Yeah.
He had a boss where he had to be there at 9 o'clock, finish at 5. A certain amount of sick day you can take a year. You can do what somebody else tells you to do. I wanted to live life on my terms. But mom and dad were really pushing me to go to school, and I said, okay, fuck it, I'm going to start business management. I'm going to study business management. I couldn't go to university because my grades were so shit, so I had to go to college, TAFE, for 2 years. So I started TAFE college. I was there for 7 days. I went to my teacher, and I said to him, I have to leave. I have to quit. And he said, why? He said, how is it that somebody like yourself, with all due respect, who's on $50,000 a year, who never ran business on his own, is teaching me about business? Now, you can only tell me how good your water is if you fucking tasted it yourself. Otherwise, you're talking shit, buddy. So I had a teacher who was teaching me about the business, and he never ran business himself. So fuck that. 7 days later, I said I'm quitting and I'm going to start my own fucking journey. So being 18, and by the way, that teacher told me that, you know what, if you don't finish school, you will never be anything. I went and saw him 8 years later with a brand new Ferrari, and he was still driving the same car. That was funny. And he said, you will never be anything. And I said, that's okay. School is not for me. And what was not for me, because I felt that, I'm going to university or college. This guy's trying to teach me about business management and never ran business on his own. Just made no fucking sense. He never felt cash flow in his own his own back. So age 18, my heart was size of Mount Everest. I knew that I want to be successful. I knew I want to fucking conquer the world. But the reality is my knowledge is so fucking little. What the fuck do you know when you're age 18, So I thought, okay, I'm not educated when it comes to becoming a doctor, so I can start earning good money or better money or whatever. What is the industry I can get into that can give me good money? And I thought construction. And then I realized I was smart enough to figure out what trade in construction I can learn fast, that can work for myself, that rewards me the maximum money. And that was plastering, putting cornices up. I learned the trade in 7 days, and 7 days later, I set up my own little business.
You learned the trade in 7 days?
Well, I didn't master it. I learned basics enough, and construction industry was crazy busy like it is today. I learned enough that I can work on myself. And plastering is probably one of the easiest trades to fucking learn. It's not like carpentry or plumbing or electrical. We actually takes 4 or 5 years.
Which is where I started carpentry.
Yeah, it'll take longer. You can learn a lot, or basics at least, in plastering within a week or two. And anyway, a week later, I started working 7 days a week. I fucking had lights on my ute on all the time, because when I was going to work in the morning, it was dark. When I was coming back home, it was dark. I started working 7 days a week. When I was 18, I saved enough money to buy one block of land for $73,000, and I built one little house for $101,000. So my cost was about $175,000. 6 months later, I sold it for $295,000. I made about $110,000. Fuck, I thought I was rich.
Who got you interested in buying pieces of land? Where was that switch in your mind?
Straight away, because I knew that, I want to be business person one day. I want to run my own business, and being in construction, working for other people on houses, I can see what developers were doing. And I thought, if this developer is building, 100 house and land packages, I can't start with 100, but I'm just going to follow people like him, and see, what they do, and I'm just going to do it on a smaller scale. So there was a developer. His name was. There's two developers. One company is called Ozbuild.
Yeah.
I started work for them, which is funny. I started working physically for them when I was 18 years old, and those guys, they build 1,500 homes a year. They're a development company, massive development company. And the funny thing is, 25 years later, I'm actually good friends with those owners. And my company now does business with their company, and I used to be just a tradie. But when I was, I would just watch them. I would do physical work for them, and these guys would build fucking few hundred homes a year. And I thought, well, I'm just gonna do what they do. I would buy a block of land for, bought a block of land for $73,000 while I'm still working 7 days physical fucking work.
Yeah.
I built a house for $101, and 6 months later I sold it for $295. And I did a lot of work myself. I did painting myself, landscaping myself, fencing, whatever the fuck I could do to save money. And then that first home, and which was very little project, and I keep telling everybody, if you want to start in property development, start small, because your fuck-ups, your mistakes will be small too. There's a saying, higher you fly, bigger the fucking fall is. If you fall from 1 meter on ground, you're not going to break your leg.
100%, man.
Fall from 20 meters, you break your fucking neck. And then, I'm still working 7 days a week after I sold that house. Then I bought another 2 blocks for $150,000 each.
Straight after?
Straight after. $150,000 each, and I spent $200,000 on building each home. Cost was about $350,000, and then I sold it for, each home I sold it for $600,000. When I was 20 years old, I built 4. When I was 21, put it this way, by age 24, I built 40 homes. Age 24, I built 40 homes. And I had a simple strategy. I will find land, I would build something, and when it's finished, I would get real estate agents to sell it. Till age 27, I was doing that. And I made fortune, millions I made by age 27, because I had a simple strategy that works. I started with 1 house, then built 2, then built 4, then built 6, then built 8, then built 10, then built 20, then built whatever. So I was doing extremely well. By age 27, I built about, 100 homes. And I was only working for myself in a way that I was only developing my own products. At age 27, a lot of people started asking me, hey, Emil, can you build a house for us? And then I guess I got greedier that I wanted to expand my business, and I started building for other people. Now, when it comes to building homes for other people, you have to do something, then you send them an invoice. Your carpentry. You got to build a frame, then you send somebody an invoice. Yep. Same, that's construction. And company that I was building for, at age 30, fast forward, 3 years later, I was building a lot of work for other people, but 95% of my work, construction work, was building for one company, and that company collapsed, and I collapsed with them. Because in construction, you got to do something, then you send them an invoice. And if you put a concrete slab and send somebody an invoice for $40,000 and they went bust, what are you going to do? You can't pick the fucking slab and sell it to somebody else. So at age 30, when that person collapsed, I collapsed with them. So all the hard work, everything that I built so strongly over 12 years from age 18 to age 30 collapsed. But I started with 1 home, working 7 days a week, physical work, so I can save for deposit, build 1 house, and still do physical work while I was building other 2. And you work. I was doing physical work till I was making enough money out of developments that I didn't have to anymore. And then at age 30, when I lost everything, started blaming everybody because it's their fault why I went under. I failed.
So you became bitter in the fact of,
I had Ferraris, Lamborghinis in my 20s. When I lost everything age 30, I was riding a $200 scooter with a fucking red helmet on it.
Yeah.
That's how bad it was. When I lost everything, blaming them because they screwed me, which they did, but I let them. I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, you have two options. Option one is put your head down and cry about it and beat yourself up and what then? Or get up, keep moving forward. Everything that has happened to you was a training for what's going to happen in the future. Take advantage of the knowledge that you gained, Emil, during your 20s, and keep moving forward. And I said, fuck it. I failed. I'm on the bottom now. There's only one way up. And that's when I created Never Give Up Company, NGU. And at age 30, I went back and started physical work again till I saved enough to build one house, then build two, and build three. And
how long was it? How long was the time frame between you going back to work at 30 and being able to build your first house again?
Within 2 years. Because I'm a bulldog. When I work, I fucking work, right?
Yeah,
but I built a smaller house, not like now. I'll give you my last 5 homes. I just built one house, I sold it for $3.5 million. I built one house, I sold it for $4 million. I built one house, I sold it for $3.2 million. I built another one, sold it for over $4 million. Another one, I sold it over $2 million. I just did one subdivision, $7 million, and I'm doing one now. It's going to be fucking over 20. But everything starts from beginning, man. It's not where I am now. But I had the strength of a fucking tiger to keep fighting. And that's something that people lose when they get burned, when they lose. They get scared. They like a fucking...
They go into preservation mode.
Yeah, instead of saying, well, fuck it, let's get up and keep going again. Because what do you got to lose, man, besides time? And you know what? I started this interview, I started drinking water. And I treat my life like a glass of water, right? And then I finish my water, and that's like life.
Yeah.
We're all going to live 80 years. So it's like water. More you drink it and more time passes, less is left. And now you just gave me another glass of water. Well, unfortunately, in life, we don't have that opportunity. When the life is finished at age 80, we don't have opportunity to live again. So while we are on this fucking planet, we got to give it all. Love. Get up. Keep moving forward. Give your best. Keep things simple. Just live, man. Just keep things simple and just fucking live life on your fucking terms. Don't be friends with people so they can like you. Don't live your life for others. Live it for yourself. People that like you, they will like you. People that don't, they fucking won't. Move on. Just be free.
Mate, honestly, it's powerful, exactly what you're saying there, because so many people that listen to this, that listen to other podcasts, that go through life that I know personally, me, myself in the past, probably you as well. I mean, especially when you were on that bike, you're perhaps worried about at that particular point, you're perhaps worried about the fact that, I've gone from driving this Lamborghini.
And you know what? I actually never did. When I lost everything, don't forget, in my 20s, I fucking had all the cars you can imagine. Ferraris, Lamborghinis, whatever. But let me tell you this. When I lost everything, I purchased a red scooter, 50cc, some fucking Italian Vespa. I purchased it for $200. And including that was a red fucking girly helmet. And one day, I'm riding it, and next to me, there were guys in Mercedes that I knew. They were laughing at me. And I kept my fucking head up. I was riding that fucking $200 scooter. It was like a fucking Ferrari. Not fast, just with pride. I kept my fucking head up. That's something that I had within me all my life. I carried myself with the dignity and the strength when I had money, when I had no money, and the same way fucking today.
How did you learn and instill that much self-respect within yourself? What do you think the key to getting that self-belief, that self-respect? Because so many people lose that, Emil. Like, so many people lose that.
Correct. And when they lose it, who is to blame?
Themselves.
So,
But you've never lost yours.
I had that built within me from a young fucking age. You know what?
Do you not think though that we all have that built in? It's just whether it's activated or not.
Well, what stops you from activating it?
I'm trying to find out how you've kept that activated.
Well, because choice is here. Emil, you can be miserable fuck, beat yourself up, hide, or fuck it, live. It's not like somebody's going to punch you in the face. They can try. You fucking hit back. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's simple as that. What do you got to lose, man? Besides, keep your fucking head up, keep going again. You start a business. Mate of mine, Lambos, he sold a company, car advice, for over $60 million. He failed 17 fucking times before he made business successful. Number 18.
He's got another car site set up now, hasn't he?
He's got a company called Car Expert.
Yeah, that's right.
Who's doing absolutely phenomenal. The thing is, he kept going again every time and fail and keep his head up and keep moving forward. So what? You try something, doesn't work, keep trying again and again and again and again and again and again till it fucking works. Otherwise, you're going to be depressed, miserable, and lock yourself in a room and fucking cry. Fuck that. Life is only one. Live it.
And how long did you go through this journey where you just all in on one company before you pivoted? Because I want to talk to you about, because you're big on media. I didn't realize how big you were into media and social media and everything like that you were doing until we discussed it before the podcast. And I was fucking mind blown with the pages that you've got and all this other stuff that you've built, all this other infrastructure you've built out.
Yes.
How long was it? Did you focus on the one, get the one to the right position, and then hand that off and then go into another?
Very good question. I always suggest to anybody, when they start, some people will start one business, and then another idea comes to them, and they start something else. They start getting distracted, but they never establish their first business to the point where it can run itself.
Yeah.
So with me, I always suggest to anybody, and this is what I have done, when you start one business, you set up that business that is running itself smoothly, profitable. You don't have to be too much time in it. You can just observe it, and then gives you time to do something else. Don't start 5 things at once and not give everything 100%. So with me, it didn't take long because I move fast. Some businesses, I started a media business, not so I can make money out of it. I started media business to support all of my other companies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I started, a law firm to protect everything, all my companies that I own. Somebody wants to sue us, fucking great, get in a line. I got my bulldogs here, they'll eat you alive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So certain businesses have started to complement, like Tesla as a car.
Yeah.
Tesla, people just see Tesla as a car, but part of Tesla, there's a little screw, there's a tire, there's a fucking battery, there's a million other parts that are making Tesla stand out. And same thing, my media company was out there just to focus on marketing of my own companies. Right now, our media company does work for everybody else. We have clients now all over Australia that we do work for. Step at a time. You don't, baby doesn't start running when it comes out of, mom's belly. Starts crawling first. Yeah. Then it starts slowly walking, hit itself in the fucking head every time he sees a corner before he starts running. And same goes with the business. Establish one thing extremely well before you jump into something else.
Would you always build it yourself, or would you ever think about acquiring a media? So like when you had the choice to when you thought to yourself, okay, we need a media company, couldn't you have just acquired a media company and plugged it straight in? It was already built. Would that have been easier, cheaper, or what's your opinion on that?
Or you can find extremely talented people, give them cut out of the cake, and get them to think on your behalf and be creative.
So that's essentially what you do. So you basically...
I just look for smarter people than me, man.
Yeah.
In any business that I have, I look for people that are smarter than me. And trust me, I have biggest problem that a lot of people have, they think they know it all. With me, I know fuck all. My strength is employing people that are smarter and more capable than me. Let them think on my behalf. Me, as a business owner, I will be one benefiting from that in the end anyway.
Yeah. So how do you structure that when you're doing that? Do you bring them in on as part of like the equity, so they've got an ownership of it?
They gotta prove it. Me and you don't know each other, right?
Yeah.
Let's say I start working for you. Why would
Yeah.
you give me equity till I prove to you that I'm worth
Yeah.
your time?
But what I'm saying is the opportunity for them in that business is to earn a piece of it.
100%, and they have to prove to me that they're capable enough to sustain in the business every single day before doors open to them either.
Yeah, and then when you give them when they have the opportunity to buy a piece, once they've got an invested interest, they'll work even more beyond that. So it's just a perpetual thing.
Absolutely. Business is not for everybody either, Some people, they just love what they do, and there's nothing wrong with that either.
Yeah.
Business is not for everybody. We all have a different personalities and different strengths. We all can take so much. If it makes you, happy to be a singer and earn $2,000 a month by singing in some pub called Hilly Billy's in fucking whatever, do that. Do whatever makes you happy. Money is fucking evil if you're a miserable fuck. But money is spectacular if you're a happy person, if you're doing what you love, and it can give you luxuries in life. But if you're an unhappy person, it means nothing.
You obviously know a lot of people with abundant wealth, right?
Yes. My phone is worth a lot of money because of the contacts that I have.
Yeah, and what on a percentage term, for the people that with the abundant wealth that these people that worth 50, 60, 100 mil beyond, right? I mean, I know a guy worth 4 billion as well.
I got a few billionaire friends.
Do you find that happiness has come with their business growth because that's who you've surrounded yourself with, or do you find that some of these fuckers are miserable as fuck even with all this money?
Look, to be honest, most self-made wealthy people, most of them that I know, or most of them that I like to talk to, are good people and they're happy people and they are self-made.
That's the key differentiator here.
So when you eat shit for 30, 40 years and you can be worth $1 billion, and I met one guy, guy's worth $5 billion, and I had a conversation with him. He was fishing from his $50 million yacht.
Yeah.
He was fishing literally middle of the Gold Coast here. There was a $50 million yacht parked there, and guys literally fishing. Zero fucks given. He's smiling as fuck. He can buy fucking shark and pretend that he caught it. You know what I mean? And guys, just most of these people are very happy because they've done everything themselves, and they're self-made. But they are miserable people as well. I do know people that are very wealthy that just miserable fucks, and they choose to do that. Their fault.
Do you think that feeling comes from the fact that they were given a bit of a head start in life?
No.
Or are these self-made as well?
Look, to be honest, money's got nothing to do with happiness. There are people that are happy with money. There are people that are happy with no money. And same thing when you're wealthy, And like a friend of mine would say, he said, "Fuck, I was much happier when I was, worth, let's say, $10 million because you only had maybe 20 staff. Now he's got a company with 2,000 staff, 2,000 children."
So I guess the key thing then that I've learned from you saying that is the fact of you've got to reverse engineer what you want it to look like for yourself.
I can look. People ask me, how wealthy do you want to be in business?
Yeah.
There's no number. I just want to be happy with my journey. Am I going to be worth $1 billion or 10 or 5? I don't fucking know. I just, I got no competition to compete with the number, but boy, do I have a competition to bring best out of me every day. I do.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's really the key driver with you.
Just want to be happy, man. After this, I'm going to go for a beautiful lunch. Then later, I'm going to go play some blackjack in casino. Not that I gamble, but if I'm staying in casino, might as well fucking, do a bit of gambling.
You might have to restart your life again in your 40s after the casino trip.
I don't recommend casino, but look, I'll play for fun for 30 minutes and then I'm gone.
If there was some advice you've got to give to the people listening to this then, of how to structure their life so that they can win moving forward, what kind of things would you put? Because I noticed that you said, stay away from the drink, stay away from the drugs, stay away from smoking.
Any young person that is sitting and is 20, for example, is old, or 18, and he's got 50 years ahead of him, I would say to him, buddy, nothing in life will come easy. That's given. So be prepared. Be prepared. Nothing in life will come easy to you. Keep things simple. You will fucking fail many times. You will cry. You will succeed. You're going to work hard. But life is worth living, and give it all. Drop the mic. Simple as that.
Simple as that. Just give it all.
Just give it all.
Give it all you've got. Which is exactly what I'm doing with this. Exactly what I'm doing with this. You know what I mean? I'm just giving it all.
Give it all. Simple as that. And if you think you're going to get rich overnight, might as well go back to your mother's vagina, because that will not fucking happen.
Mate, I wasn't expecting you to say that.
That's man.
Yeah,
That's
don't be a pussy is basically what he's saying.
Give it all.
Don't be a pussy.
Give it all.
Do you know what I mean? Let's talk cars. I want to talk cars with you.
I love cars.
Yeah, because mate,
I love cars, but advice for anybody: you only buy them when you have enough money to fucking throw.
Okay. Tell me this then. Tell me this before we start about cars, because I really want to go into your car collection. But if I was not me. If you were going to say to anyone listening to this about buying cars, right?
Yes.
And Lambos, what are Lambos here? 500?
How much are they worth?
Yeah.
Well, all depends what you get. The one that I purchased yesterday, if somebody told me this, they wouldn't believe it. One that I purchased yesterday, not that I'm bragging about it. That's the actually price of it, $1,220,000.
Yeah, okay.
And
I've just seen the receipt on it.
And that's my little signature. So all depends which Lambo you want to buy.
Okay, then.
This specific one that I purchased, there's only 250 in the world. That is
so.
Unique.
This is. Let's just get the first thing I want to get straight is you bought that because that's going to appreciate in value, right?
I bought it because I love cars. I don't give a fuck if it goes up or down in value.
Right. Okay.
That's
cool.
the honest truth.
And
I wanted to get this car.
How much net worth does someone have to have, in your opinion, to buy the $1.2 million car?
If I tell you the answer to that, you're going to know how much money I'm worth. So be careful to answer this question.
No.
But look, to be honest,
no, minimum.
If somebody wants to buy a $500,000 car, they should be worth at least $10 million.
Right. Okay.
At least $10 million. If somebody wants to buy $500,000 car, first of all, they should never fucking take a loan for it. They should buy it outright. Otherwise, you don't own that car. It's owned by your fucking bank. So don't tell your friends you own that car. You don't. You're just fucking renting it. Anybody buys a $500,000, normal Lamborghini Huracan should have at least $10 million net worth.
So, okay, $10 million net worth, and you're saying pay 500 cash for the car.
Correct.
Right. Now, I presume there's a psychological reason for that, because you in your head want to know that you could not only own that another 19 times.
Yes.
But you when you say to someone that you own that Lamborghini, you fucking own the Lamborghini.
Oh yes, man. And even my last year, for example, I purchased a brand spanking new Ferrari F8, and Franco from Ferrari Brisbane has sold it to me, and he knows I transferred him the money. And then I bought and I can say this on fucking loud and clear on your camera. And last year I also bought a brand new Bentley. Not brand new, actually, had 3,000 kilometers on. Let me take that back. Whatever the cost of the car was, money was transferred. No loans. And now, my favorite car that I just purchased with no loans is a fucking Ram TRX. It's a $300,000 truck. That's a cool car.
So, see, I've never heard of someone like yourself who I've heard of a few of them in England, but not in Australia. I've not heard of someone in Australia that buys those high-end cars, like the cars that you're talking about, rare as fuck cars too, for cash.
Well, if you have to borrow money, that means you can't afford it. Simple.
Right. But a lot of wealthy people will leverage. Will be like, oh, my money could be doing something else in an asset that pays me money, so that I'll cover the cost of the loan.
Look.
I just want to get your opinion on it.
With me is I'm old-fashioned when it comes to spending money in cars. I simply wanted to buy it when I can afford it, and I never wanted to leverage myself enough that I have to borrow money for the car. If I have to borrow money for the car so you can utilize that money for something else, that means I'm just leveraging the fuck out of myself. I'm not interested in that.
It just so happens I agree with you because my Audi downstairs is cash. I'll pay for that cash. Because I think car finance is fucking suicidal. Because it just doesn't.
Any finance is suicidal unless it makes you money.
Yeah, this is what I was trying to get at, Emil. Right? I was trying to say, look, if you've got 1.2 million cash in a car, right?
Yes.
But I know from what you're doing and from the real estate that you're doing, that you could put that 1.2 million to a piece of real estate, cash flow it, right?
Yes.
So that it's generating you more revenue than to cover the cost of the car.
I already have 20 times that in real estate anyway. What's the difference?
Right. Okay.
21.
Yeah.
But if I only had $2 million, would I spend 1.2 million cash on the car? Fuck no. I would use that for business. But would I be buying $1.2 million car? No. I would be buying a $50,000 car.
Yeah, and this is what a lot of people are doing, because how many people, if we looked over that balcony right now outside on the Gold Coast, how many people are driving around in $100,000 to $150,000 cars that haven't got $1.5 million in the bank?
99% of them. 99% of the people outside here are living beyond their means. They're living from fucking paycheck to paycheck, from invoice to invoice. That's humans.
Yeah.
We all want to have what we can't fucking afford. Stupid.
Yeah. So do you see Australia's economy collapsing?
No. There's no such a thing as a collapse. It doesn't exist. You know why? We are living in such a fast-paced life. Everything is accessible. Me and you can spend $1 billion in 10 minutes of our phone.
Yeah.
You can buy anything. You can buy a fucking private jet of our phone.
Yep.
So everything is we are living such a fast-paced life. Even if economy collapsed, it's going to recover within 3 months. Last year, economy collapsed when COVID hit. Property market shit itself. 4 or 5 months later, went back up again. So even if economy does crash next year, it's going to get up again 6 to 12 months maximum. So what?
Yeah.
Just be financially in position that you're not leveraged too much if you collapsed. Nothing wrong economy collapsing. Make sure you fucking cash up that you can get yourself a good deal, whatever business you are in.
What in terms of cash on the sidelines?
Yes.
What, obviously in percentage terms, what percentage should people have on the sidelines? Like in terms of like, say they've got like X amount invested in real estate, they've paid for their car cash, how much money should they have? Should they have 3 months? Should they have 6 months? Should they have 12-month runway? You know what I mean?
I am as much as I'm aggressive in the growth of anything that I do, I'm such a believer that you should always have that cushion and money. The seed stay does nothing for what my grandmother say for rainy day.
Yeah.
If economy collapses tomorrow, if my companies don't sell anything in real estate, I'll just play fucking golf and wait for the economy to recover, and I keep going again.
How long could you play golf for and wait?
Very fucking long time. I'll be a lot more grey than I am now. I might even go bald.
Fucking hell, join the club. No, I like it because it just gives people a true understanding of exactly what's up.
Correct.
Because that Ferrari that you've got, how many of them are there in Australia?
I don't know, maybe 30, 40.
30, 40 Ferraris in Australia,
yeah.
like that, right? And I did see on Instagram you said, yeah, and this is the cleanest one of all of them. Like, in terms of like,
look, to be honest, I drive it. Like Ferrari when I bought it, within 11 months, I put 16,000 kilometers on it.
Have you got it downstairs?
No, I came with an Uber. Because I'm you know why? I'll tell you why I came. I'll tell you why I came in an Uber. I'll tell you why I came in an Uber.
He's got about fucking $8 million worth of cars and he came in an Uber.
No. I'll tell you why I came in an Uber, because I'm staying in casino. I'm staying in a hotel and I came with my truck.
Yeah.
I love this Ram TRX. This is not a commercial for them. It's the best fucking car out there. I love it more than Ferrari 10 times, or Lamborghini. It's a really cool truck. It's got 702 horsepower. It's massive. It's bulky. It's fucking big. You can't park it anywhere. Yeah. So I came to casino, give it valet, and they can't even park it downstairs because car is too big. So they had to leave it in front. And I was about to leave and was like, fuck, how can I actually park it where you are? So I said, okay, I'm just going to leave it and catch a Uber.
Fuck yeah! I was hoping you'd say you were gonna.
No, Uber, man.
I was gonna put a post of you on the Ferrari on the old Instagram.
Came literally in an Uber because the truck was too big to drive. To actually, it's just shit to park anyway. Literally disaster, but I love it.
So, and then, mate, having the ability to come from Croatia at 16 years old and then to say you own one of the top Ferraris in Australia and there's only 30 of them is fucking phenomenal.
Well, what's actually more cool, talk of cars, the Lamborghini Aventador Ultime that I just purchased, there's only 250 of them in the world being made. I was very fortunate and lucky to be allowed to have a location to buy one because I think you have to be invited to buy them.
How many of those are going to be in Australia?
I think there's only about 3 or 4 max because there's only 250. It's the last V12 Lamborghini ever built. Last V12. After that, they're going electric, and there's 250 Spiders, convertibles, and I'm very lucky and fortunate that I got allocation and I spec'd it and I designed it exactly the way I wanted in the colors scheme that I wanted to have it, and I'm so excited. Should be here. That car should be here in about April to May.
Am I right in thinking when it comes down to you and cars, especially the kind of cars that you're buying, that you're never selling them, or you'd never?
Oh, I sell them. It all depends. Like my truck right now, I reckon this one car will never sell. I love it too much. Cars, all depends how unique they are. The one that I would 100% keep is the Lamborghini that I'm getting because there's only 250 of them in the world. I'll keep that one because it's so.
But everything else is for sale.
Oh, it's not for sale. If I get tired of it, I just sell it and buy something else.
Yeah, and I bet you don't lose much money at that end of the scale, do you?
I'm not in a business of making money in cars.
No.
When I sell, I do my ass.
Really?
Not much, but look, and I understand it. When I buy it, I don't buy cars to make money on them. I buy them, because I enjoy it, and that's it.
There's a business benefit though to owning cars like the kind of cars you buy though? It is a talking point.
I wish I can say no, but yes, it does. Because unfortunately, we are living in a fucked up world where people are judging you based on the book, based on the cover of the book. I always say, don't judge people, based on what you see on the cover. But unfortunately, people do judge you based on the cars, and a lot of people want to do business with you because you have those cars. Those people, I'm not worried. But what's really beneficial, if you buy a Lamborghini or Ferrari or Bentley, you are, if I go for a drive, I would go, like with my Ferrari, I would go for a drive with other 10 Ferrari owners. And they're all, most of them are self-made business people.
Yeah.
So they all have a journey, story to share,
so you're basically buying a membership to a club where you can talk with like-minded people who are also doing big shit.
I do a lot of business with those people now.
Yeah.
The truth is, like even my Ferrari,
you've never done your ass on a car, have you?
I have made, my Ferrari cost me over $600,000. I made at least $2.5 million out of it in last 18 months.
Yeah, this is what I'm trying to get to, is the fact that you said at the start of that you've done your ass on the car. I'm trying to say I don't think you have.
Yeah. In that aspect, yes, I do make a lot of money on cars.
I think so. And that's what I was trying to get the audience to understand, is the fact that I spoke to Sam, who's Fortify, who owns Fortify Games in Dubai, right? And he's just bought a Lamborghini, and he lives and he's bought a property in a certain part of Dubai, and he lives in a block with like 12, 24 all penthouses. And his mindset is, the reason I live in a penthouse, one of the penthouses of the 24 in a private building, rather than live in a building where I'm the penthouse and there's all these 3-4 beds underneath. He said, because the people that I'm surrounded by I know the entry price to that building is $6.5 million US, right? The entry price to that building. So everyone who lives there is potentially in my network, and I can do business with them. Plus all the cars that roll in. So it's like
he's got a point. You know, there's no question asked. But look, to be honest with you, I don't buy cars so I can network. I buy them because I enjoy them. Network is a bonus.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it.
And
I don't buy them so I can just do business with people. If I don't like cars, I wouldn't fucking buy one.
No, it's the same for him. He wouldn't live in that building if he didn't want to live in that building. He wouldn't buy the car if he didn't want to live in a car. But I just think that if you're going to get a byproduct of something, the networking is a phenomenal byproduct. And
massively.
And I personally believe that the cars that you've got have probably paid for themselves in deals.
100%.
Like 10 times over, probably.
100%.
What's the next for you in regards to, like, are you going more into the property development side now again? Because I know before...
Massively. Look, to be honest, next few years we are definitely focused on growing a real estate company. We are opening another 4 offices now. So we're going to end up having 14, 15 real estate offices.
Because you've got 200 staff, haven't you?
Yeah, plus.
Yeah.
More. So we're going to be opening more real estate offices. We are definitely growing our property development company, and we'll just go as, you know, we just cruise. We just keep going as we feel that we need to go. You know, sometimes we push harder, sometimes we put a handbrake, you know, because life is moving so fast now. You gotta pay attention to everything you do every single day. Yeah. How big are we going to go next 12 months? You know, our target is to hit $100 million in property development over the next 12 to 18 months. But if you do 50 million or 30, we do 30 then. Who cares?
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
I think you'll do more than 100 mil.
Oh,
personally.
We'll give it a go, but we don't, you know, I don't put pressure on myself. I just keep going as I feel fit. And sometimes I have many deals on a go, sometimes less, and it doesn't matter. I still wake up in the morning by feeling great, still play golf. I played golf this morning. And I do things that I want to do. How much am I going to do, you know, $1 billion worth of developments in 5 years or 10 years? Possibly. Do I have to? No. I just keep smiling.
Do you look at any other types of investments? I mean,
yes.
I mean, because obviously I know you're in obviously, like, you're probably in commercial, you're probably in residential, you're in property development, you've got a media company and all that stuff, and your businesses. I get all that.
I love learning. Look, but any business that I get myself involved in, I like to learn about it first before I put a dollar in it.
Are you looking into anything like cryptos or anything like that?
Look, I am a big fan of businesses I can control.
Yeah.
Is there money in crypto? You know, the funny thing is, I have a lot of good friends that are making a lot of money out of crypto. I said to them, guys, I'm going to learn crypto from basics. They said, what do you mean? I'm going to put $5,000 in crypto. And I did 3 days ago. And I checked it this morning. Now it's $5,051. I'm up $50.
Yeah. What did you buy?
I don't even fucking know. Bitcoin is one of them. I bought literally 10 of them. And I was doing research. I got a lot of people a lot of friends that are into it. And I asked them, what should I buy? So I bought it for fuck of it, just to see what crypto is all about. Am I going to go heavily in crypto? I don't think so. I have established my business in a position that is doing well. Every company that we have is profitable, and I'm in control of it. Crypto, I'm not. I'm investing money into somebody, the world controlling it. It's out of my control if it's going to go up or down tomorrow. Is there money in crypto? Fucking oath it is. The entire world is going that way. Am I going to get heavier into it? Time will tell. I can't speak too much about it.
I think what will end up happening with you, over time, you'll allocate a percentage of your cash war chest to Bitcoin. Potentially, time will tell. But at the same time, when I put $16.5 million this year, I put it into real estate. I can tell you that it will not fucking go backwards. Yeah.
If it does, it might go backwards for 1 year, but long term it won't. It's a physical asset, and it's better than cash in the bank. Crypto, it has possibility. Have opportunity to go up in value a lot more, but it can also crash. And am I going to put percentage? Possibly.
Tell me about all the best advantages in real estate, the type of real estate you buy, and why it's a good buy.
I'm focused on residential. We all need a roof above our head. Simple as that.
But talk to me about the tax advantages and the breaks and all that stuff, and the way that
I look everything that I do. I run it through my companies. You know.
You always buy property via a company vehicle.
100%, unless it's a personal property, you know, that could be different.
So no trust, no bullshit. Just
no. I got different trusts and companies. You know, my net is big now because you got so many different businesses. So there's multiple companies, trusts, and one thing that anybody wants to, you know, when they're starting, it is very crucial to get a great advice from a accountant and a lawyer, and I have great team of people that, you know, structure everything properly, that we are protected.
Yeah, because this is where a lot of people a lot of people own stuff personally, and potentially, I don't know whether you agree with this, but owning stuff personally is probably the way that you're most exposed. Well,
look, to be honest, you are 100% correct there. You know, if somebody wants to sue you, you got live assets that they can attack, right?
Yeah.
So, you know. But you live and learn. You know, advice is the best money spent if you're getting a right advice.
Yeah.
And that could be from lawyers, accountants, from a friend who did it before or whatever. But you got to get yourself out there and ask.
Yeah, you gotta get the right information, guys. Because I know that you'd be structured right.
Now I am. In 20s I wasn't.
But
you live and learn.
This is what I'm getting at, right? When you were in your 20s, right, and when you lost that money, was a lot of that stuff tied to you on a personal basis?
Yes, massively.
Right. This is what I'm trying to get to. So because I really want the audience to understand this. Because
and that's why.
Because the reason why you got completely fucked, right, is because it all fell as your personal assets.
100%. And to be honest, I didn't have. I have an amazing family. I have an amazing father, but my dad worked for somebody all his life. I didn't have a father who had a massive business that can guide me. My guidance was me just climbing the fucking mountain, and every now and then, rock falls on your fucking head.
Yeah, and what I want to make abundantly clear on this podcast for the people that are fucking still here listening is one thing that I've learned, and that you've learned the fucking hard way. Get advice on this, but the best thing is not to own anything personally. You want to own as few things personally as possible.
But look, definitely if you want to start business, definitely get a great advice from right people. But you know what, champ? Even if you make mistakes and fuck up, great work for trying, man. Get up again and keep doing it again. So what? You don't have things structured, you're middle of it, you're middle of mess, and you fucked up and you lost money. Get up, keep going, and never give up. That's that.
And I 100% agree with you. And I just wanted to make sure that we shared with the audience exactly why that it cost you as much as it cost you.
100%.
And it was all down to it wasn't just down to people owing you money, it was the way it was structured on the back end.
Correct. And that's one part, definitely.
And that's the nuance that most podcasts...
Knowledge is a powerful thing, man.
But if we just left it and didn't put that in, that's one major piece that people are missing.
100%, to be honest. Bigger your business grows, you definitely need to surround yourself with the right people that will give you the right advice.
Yeah, the right people, the right advice, build the right team. It's the way that you're building your business and the way that you're structuring it is similar to lots of top entrepreneurs, but one that sticks out is like Gary Vaynerchuk, right? He builds everything that he needs to grow his personal brand in businesses. Like he'll start a marketing agency for other people, so he's got a marketing agency for his own stuff. He'll start this and he'll do this and he'll do this, and he'll plug it in, and everything feeds off everything else, which is what you've built.
But it takes time to learn about it. It didn't start like this. You know what I mean?
If for the people out there that are like sat there right now thinking, fucking hell, like this is inspiring, I want to get out there and start fucking getting after it myself. Would the first thing that you point them in the direction of is sales as a job to get them into business?
All depends on the personality. Sales is not for everybody. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody's different. We all have a different talent. Some people, they can't be salespeople. I don't care what people say that you can train them, teach them. No, you can't. If you don't have that built within you, it's not for everybody. And it doesn't mean that you have to be a good salesman to be running a business. You can employ salespeople. You know what I mean? A lot of people are employable, but your character is not.
The reason why I mentioned sales is because when I went from being a carpenter, sales was the pivot that changed my life.
Oh, you always will be, when you have your business, you're always in sales. You gotta whatever the fuck you have, you need to sell it, right? But you gotta focus on your strength. That's one thing I would say.
So really like go in depth into what your strengths are and lean into those is what you're saying. So I know we've got to go, and I know we've got to wrap up because he's giving me the look saying he's giving me the look saying.
No. Only thing is I have arranged a lunch for 1:00.
Yeah, right. We'll wrap it up. But if there's one, if you've got to check out tomorrow, Emil, yeah, and you can't leave none of the real estate, none of the cars or anything like that. If you've got to leave one piece of golden advice for the audience today that you wish that someone had left you, what would it be?
I will leave you with something different.
You could go for it.
A lot of people that are listening to this, they have families. Could be 2 small children or people that are close to them.
Yeah.
Question that I would ask them, if you die today, would people that are around you be okay? They're going to be sad because you're fucking dead, right?
Yeah.
But if you have 2 small children and you don't have a house paid off, you don't have a safe school for them, whatever, your family would be affected. So I always ask myself, if I died 10 years ago, I would be fucking pissed off in heaven or hell, wherever I fucking end up. Because I know that people that are close to me are not looked after. But if I die today, a lot of people that are close to me, they're going to be okay.
Yeah.
Money's not everything, but my nephew and nieces, they're going to have a great school. And my mom and dad, I retired my dad, this year. He never has to work again. Every week I give him fucking money so he can just, enjoy life. So if you die today, would people around you be okay? Because if somebody's got a wife and 3 children that are under the age of 10, and and if there's no paycheck coming, his wife will struggle and his kids will struggle, and well, if the end says your family wouldn't be okay, well, fucking do something about it.
Do you know what? That is the most powerful way that I've heard it put, because it's all about asking what you want for other people in your life, which ultimately, guys, it's never. It has to be about you, but it has to be bigger than you at the same time.
Fuck you when you have people around you. Your life is much more than just you. You have to give back as well. I'm going to take a photo so I can put it on my social media.
Yeah. We're doing the photo live on the podcast, guys. But, mate, I just want to say thank you so much for...
Pleasure, man.
Thank you so much for distilling this knowledge and wisdom on... Mate,
we'll do it again in a few years' time, and you're bigger than Joshua again.
Mate, I reckon I'll be doing all right.
I know you are.
I reckon we got a good thing going on here. But I just want to say thank you again for your time.
Pleasure, man.
Dropping the knowledge, dropping the wisdom, guys. Do me a solid favor, right? Share this across all your social media. Drop a comment on the YouTube. Send me a message on Instagram. I'll tag him up. I'll put the real estate company in the bio as well. I'll put all that stuff there. Just do us a solid favor. The only cost to entry to listening to this kind of knowledge that I bring here and distill, the only cost to entry that I want to place on this podcast, because I don't want to put fucking ads on it. The only cost to entry is the fact that I want you to put this in as many other people's ears who it will help and kick up the arse as possible. Right, that's all I want from you guys. So if you could do that, I'd appreciate it. Anyway, that's us. Much love.
Boom.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Frankie Lee Podcast.